Hi, I'm Shalane, this is Dean, and we are
Grassroots Living.
And this is how we live our love. Hi friends, we're so glad that you are with us today. A couple weeks ago, Dean did a 2-month update on living in Casey. Our, what is it?
770R, Travel Lite 770R truck camper.
Yeah, and I wasn't feeling well, and so I didn't join him, but I was thinking I would do like a day in the life of what it's like living in a truck camper, because I know that when we thought about living in a truck camper, we looked around a lot to see if we could find anything quite like that. And there was some stuff out there, but we just wanted to do something a little different. So today, come with us. We're going to do a day in the life of living in a truck camper. Let's go. Okay, so I thought it was going to be way harder to make the bed in the little camper than it is. The trick to making a bed in the camper is to actually make the bed while you're still in it. So we wake up in the morning, we look like this, and we just pull the sheet. Actually, Dean gets out of bed, and then I pull the covers nice and tight. Are you looking at the covers? Like this, and sometimes he'll help me, like if I need straightening, help with the straightening at the end. So we do that. Then I take my body pillow and put it right up here. Now I've created a couch for the day, which we actually use quite a bit. And then roll that back. Then you pop out. And you pull that up. Make sure it's nice and straight and tight, and then the top I just kind of camouflage a little bit with that. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. And like I said, it creates a little couch for the day. So that's it. Okay, so I've made the bed and it's shower time, and is that a pain to do in the camper? A little bit, but not too bad. So we'll show you how we do that.
All right, so we store a lot of things. If you want to come around here, you can see what we have in here.
So what we have in here is just this little basket at the top. It's got my makeup and Dean's like razor, shower, or not shower stuff, but his razor and his bathroom stuff. And then of course, those are our underclothing drawers and our bathroom drawer. And I just put little pieces of like scrapbooking paper in there to kind of hide the stuff and make it look a little nicer. And there's our shower stuff over there, so it won't even come out. And the porta potty, of course, and so we just need to take that stuff out so we can take a shower. And like most normal people, we take the toilet out of the bathroom before we shower. And that's it. And it is all ready to go. Okay, so there's actually more room than you would think. There's plenty of room in here and plenty of water pressure. We got the Oxygenics shower head, so there's tons of water pressure, tons of room. So I have been asked how I do my hair and makeup in such a small space. Those of you that know me know that I don't do hair and makeup very often, but when I do, as far as blow drying my hair, I don't own a blow dryer, so I just come outside and I let the wind do it, which is super, super easy out west. Especially like when I'm in Arizona, you can walk out the door and be out there for 2 minutes on a windy day and your hair is already done. I'm in the Midwest right now. I've been out here for about 10 minutes now and I'm still not quite dry. But yeah, that's how I blow dry my hair, is just by coming outside and playing with my hair and letting the wind dry it. If there is no wind or if it's raining or whatever, I just don't blow dry my hair. I put it up in a wet, messy bun or something. So yeah, as far as blow drying my hair, that happens outside. Okay, so now that we've both taken a shower and I've actually gone outside and did a blow dry on my hair outside with the wind, so that we could let the shower dry a little bit naturally. But anyway, we're both done. So we just come in and use a little squeegee and we squeegee down the walls and we squeegee the floor. Let me get my hair out of the way. Get it all squeegeed out. And then we'll just put the stuff back. It's nice and dry and we'll put everything back in there. Easy. Okay, so I don't usually stand in the shower to hang up my towels, but I gotta show you how we hang up our towels. We usually use our towels at least a couple times, and so since we've just taken a shower, we put them outside for a while to dry. And then what we did was we got a couple of these. These are Command Strip products, which I actually don't like most Command Strip products, but I like these. These are the like broom and mop holders, actually. And so we got 2 of these and they work really well for towels. So like I said, I've already dried them off. I'm just gonna stick some of it in there, close it, and that's gonna hold that towel nice and tight. Even when we drive down the road, those don't come off. Okay, so doing your hair. So doing my hair is not a big deal. I mean, since I usually just do it in braids. When I do want to straighten it, I do have a straightener. I don't have a blow dryer, but I have a straightener. And you just kind of got to get it out of your mind that you're going to have a bathroom to do your hair. I mean, everything's done in the same space, in the kitchen / living room area. I have a mirror in this door. I mean, it's reflective. So I just use that. And then if you look down at this board, this little cutting board that I got, that's actually been invaluable. I use it for everything. But I just turn on my straightener and do my hair just like you would at home. It's just that I do it in kind of the middle of the kitchen instead of the bathroom. Also, I will show you something I did. Now, did it turn out? Okay, so I'm going to move this, so the lighting's going to get weird for a second. So when I go to do my makeup, like I said, which is extremely rare, but I do it sometimes, this reflective like door thing wasn't quite enough. So I did want to put a mirror in here. I could have put a really big one here, but I didn't need much, so I just stuck this little tiny mirror here. And I needed it to kind of stay open, right? So I just got a couple rubber bands and put them together so I can stick them right here and keep the door open. And then I can stand here and use my little mirror to do my makeup, which I don't have much makeup. See? You see my makeup? This is all of our stuff. This is my stuff. This is Dean's stuff. So my little bit of makeup there, my little bitty mirror here, and that's how I do my hair and makeup. Okay, so like I said before, when you're living in such a tiny space, you have to be super flexible, kind of in your thinking, just how you do things. You know what's funny is that I'm nervous filming today. Like, I'm never nervous when I'm filming, but we've never brought somebody, when we're filming, we've never brought you guys into our home and showed you how we do things. So this is a little more nervous for me today, if I sound nervous. Okay. But anyway, so you have to be kind of flexible in the way you do things. For example, at home, you wouldn't keep your toaster and your hairbrush in the same place, right? But in a tiny space, you're flexible. There's the toaster, and there goes my comb, hairbrush, and straightener. That's where it fit best, and so that's where it goes. If you look down here, if you didn't see the very first video that we did where we put this netting in, you might want to look at that. I'll link it and show you. You can see what this place looks like with nothing in it. But in this tub here, we have kitchen stuff, which we'll probably talk a little bit more about later. And right beside it, we have stuff like toothbrushes, toothpaste, and stuff like that. So it's bathroom stuff. So not like you would do it at home, but you just are flexible and you do what you need to do. So next, let's talk about getting dressed. We've had our showers, done our hair, gonna get dressed, right? So again, in the first video, we talked about this closet, and I was really excited to have a little closet because our last tiny camper didn't have one. That being said, it's still so tiny. So I'll show you how you have to put the clothes in. We were gonna take out the bottom, which is what I've done several times in different campers, is you just take out the like subfloor or whatever, but right underneath it is the propane tank, so that doesn't work. You got me? So when you hang them up, you have to kind of fold them in your arms, like so. I'm doing this backwards here. You got to kind of fold them, and then you put them in, and then you lay them down nice and neat. So they're a little bit folded at the bottom, but they're not just crammed in there, they're kind of laid in there. And since we don't have very many clothes, especially hang-up clothes, they're just our Sunday best, just our church clothes. That's all that's in there. So it's really not a problem when we haven't had a problem with a lot of like wrinkling or anything. But if you had a lot of clothes that you have to hang up, that might be kind of weird. Okay, so I'm going to show you where our other clothes are. Again, if you didn't see our first video, check that out. But this is what it looks like in real life, because the first video we did, we just told you how we're going to do it. Now we'll actually show it to you. Okay, so underneath back here, we have, I'll just pull one out and show it to you. We have these little bread tubs. There are 4 of them, and as you can see, well, you might not know, but I need to do laundry because I have 3 t-shirts missing. But we just fold our t-shirts and we just set them in these little bread boxes. So I've got one for shirts and one for pants, and Dean has one for shirts and one for pants. And they fit right along the back here perfectly. So that's our whole wardrobe, this and what's in there. And somebody had suggested that we take one of those, the black netting, and put it here for more storage, which I had thought of that, and you could totally do that, but we really haven't needed it. But that is an idea that you could use if you needed more space. Okay, so like I said earlier, we kind of use this as a couch. I do more than Dean. As you can see, my head's right at the top. I'm super comfortable. Dean's 6 foot tall, so he slouches down a little bit more than I do. But this makes a perfect couch for me to sit and read or do whatever I want to do. And then, especially in the evening, we'll both curl up on our couch and watch TV, which is right there. The TV, of course, is, you know, adjustable. We can put it in different places, but that's kind of the spot where we sit, and we sit up here and watch TV. And at night I'll push it back, because if I get out of bed in the middle of the night, I'll bump my head if I don't put it away. So that's how we do that. That's our couch. This is our living room. Okay, so next we'll talk about cooking. Is it hard to cook in such a tiny space? Well, that depends on who you are, what you cook. I'm not cooking a Thanksgiving dinner in here. It's just not going to happen. And yeah, I mean, it's slightly tricky. You have to learn to juggle and you have to be super organized, right? So the first thing I do when I go to cook, which is different, you know, when I lived in a house, the first thing I did before I would cook, well, for one thing, I can't cook in a dirty kitchen or in a dirty house. So the first thing I do is always clean my house or clean my kitchen, which is weird, I guess. But in a regular house, I would always fill the sink with soapy water because as I get dishes dirty, I like to clean them immediately. And I can't do that here because my sink is my countertop when I'm cooking. So the first thing I do is create my countertop, and then I have to take this guy and move him since I'm going to be cooking. This is actually going to become my table. I eat off of this. So it's going to sit right here for now. When my paper towel is full, I move it because I got to move this because I don't want it to start on fire. When there's fewer paper towels, it can just sit here, but it makes me a little nervous when it's this big. So I'll just set it to the side. I have a perfect spot down here for my pots and pans. Well, I should use that singular, pot and pan. I have one little pan here, one little skillet. So I'll just take those out, or that one out. Okay. And here's where I keep my cooking utensils, right here. So I'll take out my spatula. And today we're gonna make just a grilled pastrami and Swiss. So I guess I'll take you with me and you can see what it's like to cook in a tiny little kitchen. It's not too bad, you just gotta stay organized. So I showed you where we keep our hanging clothes and our wardrobe. So where do we keep our shoes? They're right here. So when we first got this camper, actually when we got a different one kind of like it, but it was a little smaller, we noticed when we sat on the seats, our feet were like too low to the floor, like our feet dangled. So we wanted a little platform anyway, and we needed a place to put our shoes, so we built these little things, and so they're perfect for when we're sitting here, and they store our shoes. So this one is Dean's and this one is mine, and so that's where all my shoes are, except my cowboy boots. They're right there. So that's where our shoes are. So we just got back from the grocery store and I have to put away all these groceries. It's really, you'd be surprised at how much you can stick in this place. Again, on our first video, I had mentioned these little bread boxes, and you can actually put so much more in these little things than you would think. So a lot of the stuff that we get goes into the bread boxes. I've got 4 of them here. And I didn't love the way they looked, like you could see everything in them. And I had thought about putting a curtain across here, but I just didn't love that idea. So what I did was I got scrapbooking paper and I just cut it to the right size, basically just cut them in half, and put it in there, and it just makes them look a little nicer and kind of fun, and it's a fun way to decorate. And I got papers for all the different seasons and holidays throughout the year. So that's that. Okay, so it's been a pretty good day. We got up, we showered, and we actually did some fishing, and we went to Walmart, did some grocery shopping, cleaned house a little bit. That doesn't take long, it's a little house. And we did a couple Randolph Scott movies, which was fun. Did a little reading, quite a bit of reading, some game playing. Now I'm about to whoop Dean in a game of cribbage. And the day's almost over. We'll crawl up there in a little bit. We'll turn off these fancy lights. You want to turn off that light? And we just put up these little LED lights. They help when we're boondocking. We use those. And plus at night, I like to turn off all the brighter lights and have the softer lights, and we'll cuddle up in bed and watch our favorite YouTubers for a little bit and then call it a night. And that is how you live in a truck camper. If you want to know more about living in a truck camper, please subscribe. We're going to be doing a lot of traveling and we living in our truck camper, so we would like for you to come along with us on that adventure. So until next time, this is Grassroots Living, reminding you to get down to the grassroots, what makes you happy, and live your love.
We're thinking of you, and we'll see you next time.
Peace out.